submarines began to enter the military field in large numbers at the beginning of the last century. With the support of internal combustion engine and electric motor technology, submarines gained relatively stable underwater navigation capabilities. Western countries successively developed their own first-generation formal submarines. The D-class submarine was the earliest level of submarine in the United States at that time, with the USS D-3 submarine being the most legendary. It not only set a world record, but also became the world's first submarine to be documented by film and television equipment. The D-3 submarine was the first submarine named Salmon. The submarines of this class began construction in 1908 and were a combat-worthy submarine with many innovations. Submarines seem small by today's standards, but at the time, they were considered relatively large on a global scale. The submarine had a length of about 41 meters and a displacement of 337 tons, and it already had the basic structure of modern submarines. Its power came from 2 gasoline engines and 2 electric motors, with the gasoline engines placed side by side inside the submarine. Theoretically, each engine could output 300 horsepower, but in reality, it was a bit less. These 2 machines were designed to allow the submarine to reach a surface speed of 16 knots, but in reality, it could reach nearly 13 knots. The reduced speed may be due to the engines not outputting enough power. For underwater navigation, it used 2 97-kilowatt electric motors, powered by 2 sets of batteries. When operating at full power, it could propel the submarine to 9.3 knots, allowing it to travel at a maximum speed of 8 knots for nearly 3 hours. The submarine's armament consisted of 4 torpedo tubes installed at the bow, firing small-sized torpedoes with a diameter of 18 inches, 457 millimeters. Due to the small interior space, there were no spare torpedoes. Initially, it used 3 Malawian Quachas torpedoes, which were propelled by superheated compressed air to generate thrust, but the most commonly used was the 4 Malawian Quachas torpedo, which weighed 680 kilograms and had a range of approximately 1,000 yards, 914 meters. The D-3 submarine was equipped with many new high-tech devices. Its signal device allowed communication with other ships on the surface and used a device similar to a stethoscope to communicate with other submarines within approximately 1 mile. The bridge was equipped with optical equipment with range-finding capabilities, which was considered advanced at the time. Before the official service of the D-3, which began on September 8, 1910, the submarine, with 21 crew members, completed a record-breaking feat. It was fully stocked with the necessary supplies for long-distance sailing, and then sailed 1,500 miles, exceeding the previous record of 1,200 miles. This achievement attracted a lot of attention to the D-class submarines and proved their value, leading to widespread media coverage. After entering service, the D-3 joined the Atlantic Torpedo Fleet and became the world's first submarine to be recorded on video that year. It was filmed sailing on the surface, submerging, surfacing, and operating the periscope at various heights. The related images caused a huge sensation in society, allowing many people to see for the first time how this mysterious man-made machine, the submarine, navigated the open seas. It was not only a visual enjoyment but also had scientific significance. The D-3 did not participate in World War I, as its small size made it impossible to cross the ocean for combat. Instead, it served, patrolled, and trained sailors on the East Coast. By the time World War I ended, the D-3 was already obsolete, as its basic performance could not keep up with the times, especially its slow diving speed, taking 3 minutes. Therefore, shortly after the end of World War I, it was placed in reserve and retired in March 1922, and then sold. The USS D-3 submarine had a surface displacement of 288 tons, a submerged displacement of 337 tons, a length of 41.1 meters, a width of 4.42 meters, a height of 3.81 meters, a maximum surface navigation speed of 13 knots, a maximum underwater navigation speed of 9.3 knots, A maximum surface navigation range of 2,184 kilometers, a maximum submerged navigation range of 44 kilometers, a maximum diving depth of 61 meters, and a crew of 15.